Timeless Glory 6-5 favorite over the mile. And now the Mamba mare down the lane. They're in the gate. They're off. Timeless Glory broke real sharp. There's Southern Smile, orange with the blue hoops, and toward the inside, Talk to Me Justice now just heads them off for Andre Zaloa. It's Talk to Me Justice, who leans around the first turn from Southern Smile, and sharp starting Timeless Glory in the purple silks as they go to the back of the track. With Incredible Justice in fourth, then on the outside Noble Prize in fifth, with Elusive Justice racing a wide sixth. First run in 2 seasons for Prescience, who's a ground-saving seventh there for Sunny Leone, making this run toward the half-mile pole. Then it's a couple more to Down the Lane, who's racing 2 in front of Pinka Chica, and 2 more with Kendall Sterrett. Drakina has dropped back to 10th and last. The opening quarter in 25.82 seconds. There's no early pace on. Talk to Me Justice, allowed to dictate terms to the half-mile pole. It's Talk to Me Justice, who's racing a length in front of Southern Smile, who's close in pursuit for Fernando de la Cruz. Half mile in 51.25 seconds. Then toward the inside is Timeless Glory, who's looking to creep in now for Deshaun Parker. Inside 3 furlongs to go. And Timeless Glory is now on the move as Southern Smile hits the front, coming toward the quarter pole. And then wide, Incredible Justice in fourth. Noble Prize, Elusive Justice, Prescience, Pinka Chica. We trail back to Down the Lane, and Drakina trails the Phillies Mares Mile. 3/4, 1 minute 16.22 seconds. And Down the Lane, the one who tailed off. It's Southern Smile with 1 furlong to go. Lanes here, Timeless Glory by 3. And Southern Smile is finding past the 16th. Then Talk to Me Justice, chased by Incredible Justice home. But with Fernando de la Cruz, Southern Smile scores by 3. Timeless Glory was kept at bay by the winner Southern Smile. Talk to Me Justice third. Incredible Justice finished fourth. Seven, 6-3-8 after the mile. Number 7, Southern Smile. At 7-2 was first. 6, Timeless Glory. At 6-5, the favorite was second. Number 3, Talk to Me Justice. 8-1 third. And 8, Incredible Justice. 16-1 on the fourth filly. Hold all bets until official. 141.66 after race 3. It's Southern Smile. Fernando de la Cruz for Tony Granitz. Richard Perkins Silks. And the 7-2 Southern Smile after race 3. Returning to the winner's circle, the 7, Southern Smile, the winning jockey, Fernando de la Cruz. Southern Smile is a 4-year-old chestnut filly by Shackelford. Out of the Song into Prayer mare, Sarah Carolou, bred in Indiana by owner Richard Perkins, Tony Granite Strains. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Southern Smile. 7-2 winner to start off the Straight Fire 6 jackpot. 141.66 for the Phillies Mares Mile. 141.66. Official. The 7-6 exacta paid $20.80. 50-cent trifecta 7-6-3, $31.10. First pick 3 on the card. 2 with the 9 with the 7 Southern Smile. First pick 3 paid $39.10. Jova, Queen Charmaine, and here's Southern Smile, our first 3 winners. 9-7 double, 162.40, and the 10-cent superfecta, Incredible Justice, fourth. Dime superfecta paid $33.60. 7-6-3-8. And that Phillies Mares Mile, 1 was a non-runner. Favorite second, 10 ran, 141.66. In the fourth, maiden juvenile turf sprint. Exmark Mowers Turf Course Firm ran at 36 feet to start the race week off. Firm ran 36 feet. Scratch 7 already and 11 McMoney. That was entered as main track only. Turf Firm, scratch the 7 and number 11. 6, You Choose Wisely, the jockey Isaias Ayala. Isaias Ayala on 6, You Choose Wisely. Race 4 will feature exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double, pick 3, 10-cent grand high 5 bets. Maiden juvenile turf sprint starts off the 50-cent pick 5. Firm, fast, sunny. Post time for the 4th in 16 minutes at 4:05. Oops, and toward the inside. Talk to Me Justice now. Just heads them off for Andre Zaloa. It's Talk to Me Justice, who leans around the first turn from Southern Smile and sharp starting Timeless Glory in the purple silks as they go to the back of the track. With Incredible Justice in 4th, then on the outside Noble Prize in 5th, with Elusive Justice racing a wide 6th. First run in 2 seasons for Prescience, who's a ground-saving 7th there for Sunny Leone, making this run toward the half-mile pole. Then it's a couple more to Down the Lane, who's racing 2 in front of Pinka Chica, and 2 more with Kendall Sterrett. Drakina has dropped back to 10th and last. The opening quarter in 25.82 seconds. There's no early pace on. Talk to Me Justice, allowed to dictate terms to the half-mile pole. It's Talk to Me Justice, who's racing a length in front of Southern Smile, who's close in pursuit for Fernando de la Cruz. Half mile in 51.25 seconds. Then toward the inside is Timeless Glory, who's looking to creep in now for Deshaun Parker. Inside 3 furlongs to go. And Timeless Glory is now on the move as Southern Smile hits the front, coming toward the quarter pole. And then wide, Incredible Justice in 4th. Noble Prize, Elusive Justice, Prescience, Pika Chica. We trail back to Down the Lane and Drakina. Trails the Phillies Mares Mile. 3/4, 1 minute 16.22 seconds. And Down the Lane, the one who tailed off. It's Southern Smile with 1 furlong to go. Lanes here, Timeless Glory by 3. And Southern Smile is finding past the 16th. Then Talk to Me Justice, chased by Incredible Justice home. But with Fernando de la Cruz, Southern Smile scores by 3. Timeless Glory was kept at bay by the winner Southern Smile. Talk to Me Justice 3rd. Incredible Justice finished 4th.
Looks like some pretty good will pays if you dove into our early pick four. Now, the pick three did pay $39, but you talk about trying to increase that bankroll and make some money. The pick fours are paying excellent. I think $200 is maybe the lowest you can do in that early pick four, and we've got a pick five opportunity, which kicks off right now, just 8 minutes away, as we'll be on the turf course going 5 furlongs in here. A field of 11 was scheduled to go to the gate, but we do have 2 scratches. Number 7 already, along with number 11, McMoney, out. Leaves us with a field of 9 now set to contest the 5 furlongs over the very firm turf course with the heat. Certainly heated up, and I think this turf course could play favorable to speed, especially with the rail set at 36 feet. When that rail goes out, usually makes it a little bit tougher for those closers to come home to score, preserving the inside grass for some big days of racing ahead as we inch ever so closely to the Indiana Derby scheduled for July 9th. But let's dive in to race number 4 in here. A lot of money has come in on number 2. He's more than ready. 4-1, currently 3-2 on the board, but I happen to fancy number 5 a fair amount in here. Bourbon Therapy, 9-2 on the morning line for John Ennis. He hasn't sent many here to Horseshoe Indianapolis, but he's had success with the ones that he has. In fact, only 2 starts. One of them came home victorious. The other one settled for second. Vilsana gets the call in here. This will be the 3rd rider in the last 3 starts. Lightly raced, finished second last time out to what could be a good one. No K Never is a very fast Wesley Ward filly, and I thought they exited a live race when they ran and debuted at Keeneland behind Cadillac Candy, who came back to win 2 weeks later in a $100,000 maiden race. So I do believe Bourbon Therapy has potentially chased some very nice horses in the likes of Cadillac Candy and then the Wesley Ward trainee, No K Never. Finished second last time out. Did get Lasix for the first time. I noted over at Keeneland they didn't run with Lasix. Second time Lasix is an angle that some people do note as well, and that'll be the case with Bourbon Therapy today, who should be on, if not near, the lead, and that rail setting at 36 could only help Bourbon Therapy. We'll see if they can find the lead and find the winner's circle first to kick off that pick 5 at 10-1. But number 4, Baytown Jaeger, goes out for the McEntee gang in here as they own and train. Gilligan gets the call. This 2-year-old son of Gormley is one who's been knocking on the door. We'll see if they can break that door down today. Right next door in the gate, right next door in the saddling enclosure as well. 3 starts, a second and a third. They tried the Prescow's synthetic last time out. Didn't necessarily prefer it. 4.5 furlongs is kind of a tricky task as well. I do think they'll improve second time over the turf because the lone try that they had on the turf course was here on May 30th, and they were finishing very well. They exit that same race from Bourbon Therapy that we talked about with No K Never, and my hunch in here is this May 30th race could come back live, but right now the bettors are vying for elsewhere because neither Baytown Jaeger or Bourbon Therapy getting any love in the win pools at this point, 8-1 and 13-1 respectively. And part of the reason the 4 and the 5 are so high are because a lot of the money has come in on number 2. He's more than ready. 4-1 on that morning line, currently just hammered in the win pools right now. 3-2 on the board. A lot of people not really respecting that Indiana Grand or Horseshoe Indianapolis race from May 30th, but they're loving this Churchill Downs race from May 19th because he's more than ready. Went off at 22-1, didn't really get bet a ton, and kind of a nondescript 4th place or 7th place finish, beaten by 4 lengths, but lost to Cadillac Candy, and that's a horse we thought could be a good one as well. So he's more than ready, goes out for Dare to Dream Stable. Chris Davis, another one who doesn't have a ton of starters here at Horseshoe Indianapolis, but he has sent them over locked and loaded. 10 starts, 2 wins, and 6 finishes in the top 3 for a trainer who has success wherever he ships them in. 15% across the country. The riders are getting the leg up. The field of 9 kicks off today's pick 5. You'll see my pick 5 ticket on your screen now as the horses step onto the track, and they'll be stepping onto the turf course in just a couple minutes from now. Take a look at that pick 5 ticket. It's a $72 play today. I happen to fancy a Brazilian bred in race number 6 at 5-1. A brave single. If you don't like singling on the turf, maybe take a look at Fair Express in race number 7, who could be a popular single as well. Dive into that pick 5. You can't win it if you're not in it. We certainly expect a big pool to kick off Monday racing right out here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Good luck.
The horses are coming onto the track now for the fourth race. This is a maiden juvenile turf sprint over the 5 furlongs. Once again, the Exmark Mowers turf course here rated firm. Rail set at 36 feet. This race week on the Exmark Mowers turf course firm. A field of 9. Scratch 7 already and 11 McMoney. That was entered as a main track only. Scratch the 7 already and 11 McMoney. 6, you choose wisely. Change of jockey to Isaiah Ayala. Isaiah Ayala on the 2 race maiden. 6, you choose wisely. Scratch 7 and number 11. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, pentafecta bets. Double pick 3. As Brian noted, start here at the 50-cent pick 5. Firm, fast, and 2 minutes away from post time for the maiden juvenile turf sprint. 2 minutes. We've now drawn to within 1 minute to post time for this maiden juvenile turf sprint. Firm and fast. Less than 1 minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Last call for the 50-cent pick 5. Starts here with this maiden juvenile turf sprint. Firm and fast. Going to the 5 furlong start for race 4. The horses now crossing over to the Exmark Mowers turf course. Arriving at the gate. It is now post time. First to arrive, Runaholic. Joe Ramos on the Monday scoreboard. Runaholic's in. Uncle Headley has the round draw. Deshaun Parker won our second of the day. Here's Uncle Headley. Two to one favorite Uncle Headley. 3 to 1 He's More Than Ready, and Mendelssohn Joy debuts. 3 to 1 Bourbon Therapy. Carlos Villasana, Bourbon Therapy coming up. Bourbon Therapy has joined Uncle Headley and Runaholic. Now He's More Than Ready. Jose Lopez for Chris Davis. He's More Than Ready in. Declan Cannon. The newcomer Mendelssohn Joy drew 3. Mendelssohn Joy went in well. Isaiah Sayala with You Choose Wisely. Jack Gilligan. Baytown Jagger drew 4. Baytown Jagger's in. This over the 5 furlongs. Just a couple in back. Juan Machado with Dust Storm. White red dots. Stand by, one more. Sammy Bermudez with Reiteration. The 3 juveniles on debut at 5 furlongs. Exmark Mowers turf course firm, round 36 feet. Good luck with your pick 5 bets in the gate. They're off and sprinting. Runaholic broke sharp. There's Bourbon Therapy, and toward the inside, He's More Than Ready with an early bid. It's Bourbon Therapy, who raced to the front for Carlos Villasana, challenged by He's More Than Ready. With Baytown Jagger now up into third, going past the half mile. Runaholic broke sharp, joined toward the inside by Uncle Hadley and the red cap. The leading quintet have come 3 to 4 lengths clear from the newcomer Mendelssohn Joy. You Choose Wisely. We trail back to Dust Storm and Beaten for Speed. Reiteration has dropped back to last as these maiden 2-year-olds come for the quarter pole. 22.36 seconds for the lead part, and with Carlos Villasana, Bourbon Therapy leads for home from He's More Than Ready. Charging on the outside is Baytown Jagger, and Uncle Headley looks to mount a bid with the rail with 1 furlong to go. Drifting while clear, Bourbon Therapy continues to drift out from toward the inside. Uncle Headley with He's More Than Ready. Close to home, Bourbon Therapy. Bourbon Therapy finishes on top, won by a couple of lengths from He's More Than Ready. Uncle Headley. Runaholic had late interest, 4th from Baytown Jagger. Mendelssohn Joy, You Choose Wisely, Dust Storm, and up the course. Reiteration was last home. 5 Bourbon Therapy. 5-2 first. It is a photo for second after the maiden juvenile turf sprint in 58.04. 58.04, 5-2, Bourbon Therapy. Carlos Villasena for John Ennis, Hidden Creek Farm, and John Ennis. Third time was the charm for Bourbon Therapy. 58.04, 2, He's More Than Ready. 3-1 was second, One Uncle Headley. 2-1, favorite third, and 8, Runaholic was fourth. Baytown Jagger for the Grand High 5 bets. It's 5-2, 184. The result of the fourth race official. Returning to the winner's circle, number 5, Bourbon Therapy with Carlos Villasena. Bourbon Therapy is a 2-year-old dark mare brown colt by Free Drop Billy. Out of the Holy Bull mare, Naturally Naughty, bred in Kentucky by Scott Pierce. Racing for Scott Pierce's Hidden Creek Farm and John Ennis. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Bourbon Therapy, takes out the maiden juvenile. The 5-2 exacta paid $34.80. Runaholic ran fourth. 10-cent superfecta, 5-2-1-8, $35.68. 50-cent trifecta, 5-2-1 paid $18.60, 7-5 double, $48.20. 50-cent early pick 4, $202.10, 4-4. Pick 3, 9 with the 7 with the 5, $127.60. And the 10-cent pentafecta, 5-2-1-8-4, paid $85.55. In that maiden 2-year-old turf sprint, 7 and 11 were the non-runners. Favorite third, 9 ran 58.04. In the fifth, scratch number 9, Brookville Deputy. Number 9, Brookville Deputy has been scratched. Race 5 features exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double pick 3. Starts at the 50-cent late pick 4 today, fast and firm. Race 5, due off in 18 minutes at 4:34. Maiden juvenile turf, sprint, race rewind, coming up. They're off and sprinting. Runaholic broke sharp. There's Bourbon Therapy, and toward the inside, He's More Than Ready with an early bid. It's Bourbon Therapy, who raced to the front for Carlos Villasena, challenged by He's More Than Ready. With Baytown Jagger now up into third, going past the half mile. Runaholic broke sharp, joined toward the inside by Uncle Hadley in the red cap. This leading quintet have come 3 to 4 lengths clear from the newcomer Mendelssohn Joy. You choose wisely. We trail back to Dust Storm and Beaten for Speed. Reiteration has dropped back to last as these maiden 2-year-olds come for the quarter pole. 22.36 seconds for the lead part, and with Carlos Villasana, Bourbon Therapy leads for home. From He's More Than Ready, charging on the outside is Baytown Jagger, and Uncle Headley looks to mount a bid with the rail with 1 furlong to go. Drifting while clear, Bourbon Therapy continues to drift out. From toward the inside, Uncle Headley with He's More Than Ready. Close to home, Bourbon Therapy. Bourbon Therapy finishes on top, won by a couple of lengths from He's More Than Ready. Uncle Headley. Runaholic had late interest, 4th from Baytown Jagger. Track announcer John Gidola here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Great to have you with us on a beautiful day here for racing, where the main track is fast. Exmark Mowers Turf Course firm, rail set at 36 feet. Well, we've had no riding doubles as of yet on today's 9-race program. Joe Ramos, Deshaun Parker, Fernando de la Cruz, and Carlos Villasana a moment ago on Bourbon Therapy, taking out that maiden 2-year-old sprint on the Exmark Mowers Turf Course. And today's edition of Dooley's Data, well, let's talk about some of the hot jockeys we had last week here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. And we'll start off with Tommy Give 'em Hell Pompel. Tommy with 4 wins out of 8 races last week, 4 of 8 for a 50% win average on the dirt here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Give 'em Hell Pompel. Tommy 4 for 8 last week here, winning on the main track. How about jockey Edgar Morales? Well, Edgar turned in a 40% win average on the turf here last week, going 2 out of 5. And then there's Santo Jor and Sammy Bermudez. Santo and Sammy each had the highest average win payoff, $23.60, that being last week. The hot jockeys here, Santo Sanjor, Sammy Bermudez, certainly a part of that conversation, with an average win payoff of over $23. Speaking about Tommy Pompel, having won 4 of 8 races last week, Tommy had the highest win percentage in sprints at 43%. And then there's jockey Edgar Morales. Edgar had the highest win percentage around 2 turns here. This is last week at 50%. But as I mentioned, no riding doubles as of yet on today's card, with Joe Ramos, Deshaun Parker, 6,002 career wins. Fernando de la Cruz, a real veteran here, and Carlos Villasana winning that maiden 2-year-old turf sprint on board Bourbon Therapy just 1 race ago. We still have a lot of racing left here on a beautiful day at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Stay tuned. We'll serve things up to Racing Rachel next.
Eight minutes to the 5th race as John serves it to me. Game, set, match. We're talking crap about Wimbledon on Twitter, so that's why the serving game, set, match. Martha Clausen is a Djokovic fan. No. The favorite right now is the 4, my top selection in this Indiana sired 3-year-old and up allowance, 5.5 furlongs. 4-10-7 for me. I loved that info that John gave on the 2 here. We do have Edgar Morales. He's 50% at routes. Tommy Pompel being the sprint king. And Tommy not in this one. Definitely want to make a note of that going forward with your handicapping. The 4 Mr. Springtime we're showing here, Euro Lopez is aboard for Tony Marazz. This one making its 3rd 2022 start, lightly raced last year. This is his 6th lifetime start, has 2 wins and a 3rd. This guy has early speed, knows how to get to the lead, and also knows how to finish. Even the one of the races, which was a debut, I'm going to give a excuse for. If you look at all the rest of those, that 4th place finish was beaten a length at the end of last year. So That's not like a fourth 20 lengths off the lead. That's a fourth by a length. So you definitely want to watch this guy. No question why he's the favorite in my mind. I mean, he was the favorite last time, ended up third, kind of getting caught there by Rockin' All Night for second, who is in this field and is my selection for a trifecta spot here today. And then I'm going to go to the 10, and this is Manuelito. Oh, now co-favorite. What the for I like it. Well, I don't like it because for betting purposes, obviously, but I'm not shocked that this one is right there with him as well. I mean, last race, he put up a 78 speed rating Brisnet speed figure. That was in the William Henry Harrison and only got beaten half a length. This is dropping down in class. Just has a lot of speed and has late pace too. So if the Four Sins, which undoubtedly will usually, if he runs anything like he has in his last 5, then definitely he's going to have something to run at. Manuelito, that is. The 7, Rockin' All Night, as I just alluded to, did race against these in that last allowance race. The 7 right now is 4-1. Marcelino Pedroza coming off a hat trick on Thursday. He is definitely on fire. Is aboard for breeder owner trainer Gary Patrick in this race. Was so close with Marcelino up last time, which was the jockey chains. Marcelino got this mount, got second by a little under 2 lengths at 6 furlongs, dropping down a little bit to 5.5 at a sweet spot in the same class. I think this is a tough race. It's evenly matched. You could go through and make a case for a lot of these. Dillsborough Devil, I think, is going to be right there. I kind of like Boot Daddy Justice a little bit off the claim for Alexis Clare. But for me, 4-10-7 here in the 5th. Good luck.
The horses are coming onto the track now for the 5th race. This Stanebred sprint over the 5.5 furlongs, a field of 9. There's one scratch. Take out number 9, Brookfield Deputy. Number 9, Brookfield Deputy, has been scratched. Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, Double Pick 3. Start to the 50-cent, Late Pick 4, Fast and Firm. Due at the gate at 4:34. That's in 3 minutes' time. We're now just 1 minute away from post time for this state bred sprint. Race 5, due off in a minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. They're going in now. Sammy Bermudez with Boot Daddy Justice. Jose Riquelme, High Cotton Justice joins Boot Daddy Justice. Now Edgar Morales with Dillsboro Devil Drew 2. Eddie Perez with Sudden Shift. Gage Holmes, Orient Magic coming up. Marcino Pedrosa Jr. with Rockin' All Night. Now Uriel Lopez with Mr. Springtime. Mr. Springtime in. Alex Ishard with Unbridled Victor. At 5.5 furlongs. Mr. Springtime, co-2-1 favorite with Manuelito coming up with Josh Morales. Here's Manuelito at 5.5 furlongs, all in line. Ready. Daddy Justice getting fractious, set. And they're off. High Cotton Justice was quick to break the line. Boot Daddy Justice has the rail now with the bid. And Dillsboro Devil in the white cap is also right there with Rockin' All Night End. Orient Magic looking to mix it up in between horses. Oh, and a spill there. That was Boot Daddy Justice who clipped heels. Boot Daddy Justice stumbled badly unseated Sammy Bermudez at the 4.5. It's High Cotton Justice who has the speed to lead as they enter the far turn, the quarter 23.08 seconds. Just inside 3 furlongs to go. It's High Cotton Justice as Rocket All Night now makes a bid at the 2.5. Dillsboro Devil from Orient Magic. Manuelito straightens away in 5th. Then Sudden Shift a wide 6th. Full back there to Mr. Springtime, and Unbridled Victor is last of those in the running as they come for home. It's High Cotton Justice half mile, 47.34 seconds. High Cotton Justice tackled by Rockin' All Night, who's looking to drive past and has a 16th to do so. And Manuelito joins them. They're close to home. Here comes Manuelito for Josh Morales. Manuelito got up in time from High Cotton Justice, Rockin' All Night. And then Mr. Springtime next. Orient Magic, Sudden Shift, Unbridled Victor, and Dillsboro Devil. Again, that was Boot Daddy Justice who clipped heels, stumbled, unseated Sammy Bermudez. Inquiry. Number 10, Manuelito. At 2-1 first, it is a photo for second. Please hold all bets until official after the State Bred Sprint at 105.95. The outrider did pull up one, Boot Daddy Justice. The one, Boot Daddy Justice, involved in that incident up the back of the track, pulled up by the outrider, Boot Daddy Justice. Inquiry concerns that spill in Sammy Bermudez at the 4.5. Again, Boot Daddy Justice was pulled up by the outrider. Inquiry concerns the spill. It's 10-5-7-4, 10 Manuelito first, 5 High Cotton Justice second, 7 Rockin' All Night third, and 4 Mr. Springtime the fourth. 10-5-7-4. Inquiry concerns the spill at the 4.5. And the winner's circle, the 10, Manuelito with Joshua Morales. Manuelito is a 4-year-old dark mare brown gelding by Majestic Harbor. Out of Harper's Dream by Baltimore Bob, bred in Indiana by Dawn Martin for John Harron. And Harron Thoroughbreds LLC, Horseshoe Indianapolis, congratulates the connections of Manuelito. Takes out the State Bred Sprint at 105.95. Ongoing inquiry concerning a spill with one Boot Daddy Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The stewards have made a disqualification. The stewards have disqualified number 5, High Cotton Justice, from second to last for causing interference with Bon Boot Daddy Justice, causing that horse to clip heels and unseat jockey Sammy Bermudez. Number 5, High Cotton Justice, has been disqualified from second and will be placed last for causing interference with Bon Boot Daddy Justice on the backstretch. After the disqualification, number 7, Rockin' All Night, has been placed second. Number 4, Mr. Springtime, promoted to third. And 3, Orient Magic, will be placed fourth via the disqualification of 5, High Cotton Justice, from second to last for causing interference and a spill with Bon Boot Daddy Justice. 10, 7, 4, 3 placed fourth. The result of the 5th race, now posted official. Here are the results and prices after the 5th race. The exacta now pays on 10-7, $26.40. 50-cent trifecta, 10-7-4, $23.45. 5-10 double and even, $37. 50-cent pick 3 on races 3, 4, and 5. 7 with the 5 with Manuelito, the 10. Pick 3 paid $46.80. Number 3, Orient Magic, was placed fourth. 10-cent superfecta. 10-7-4-3 paid $30.50. 105.95. In the 6th race, Turf Mile, scratch 6, Be Patient, 9, Guanakee, and 10, Enchanted Nile. Scratch the 6, 9, and number 10. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double pick 3, post time, and 16 minutes at 5:08. And they're off. High Cotton Justice was quick to break the line. Boot Daddy Justice has the rail now with the bid. And Dillsboro Devil in the white cap is also right there with Rockin' All Night and Orient. A spill there. That was Boot Daddy Justice who clipped heels. Boot Daddy Justice stumbled badly, unseated Sammy Bermudez at the 4.5. It's High Cotton Justice who has the speed to lead as they enter the far turn. The quarter, 23.08 seconds. Just inside 3 furlongs to go. It's High Cotton Justice as Rockin' All Night now makes a bid at the 2.5. Dillsboro Devil from Orient Magic. Manuelito straightens away in 5th. Then sudden shift a wide 6th. Follow back there to Mr. Springtime, and Unbridled Victor is last of those in the running as they come for home. It's High Content Justice half mile, 47.34 seconds. High Content Justice tackled by Rockin' All Night, who's looking to drive past and has a 16th to do so. And Manuelito joins them. They're close to home. Here comes Manuelito for Joshua Morales. Manuelito got up in time from High Content Justice, Rockin' All Night. And then Mr. Springtime next. Orient Magic, Sudden Shift, Unbridled Victor. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information in this upcoming sixth race, we have a jockey change to announce for the first time today for number 2, Fireside Kitten. In the turf mile, number 2, Fireside Kitten will now be ridden by Marcelino Pedroza Jr. In place of Sammy Bermudez, Marcelino Pedroza Jr. on number 2, Fireside Kitten. Also, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, in the seventh race, a jockey change just in the seventh race. That maiden sprint, number 6, Dabney, will now be ridden by Fernando de la Cruz. Sammy Bermudez off his bounce in races 6 and 7. 7th race, number 6, Dabney, now make the jockey Fernando de la Cruz.
We will be racing here at Horseshoe Indianapolis for Independence Day. Celebrate the 4th of July with us here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. We're going to have a noon post. Lots of fun thoroughbred racing activities and winner's circle promotions. Be sure to be here Monday with a special post of noon to celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now 8 minutes to race 6. Had to kind of condense that a little bit, knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, as Sammy and Boot Daddy Justice did have a little bit of a spill in the last race. But I do want to, I've put it out there on Twitter, want to announce that Sammy is okay. He's a little shooken up. I talked to Craig, double wide clerk of scales, said he was a little shaken up. He's going to take off the rest of his mounts. And the horse also got up of its own free will. They caught it, put it in the ambulance, so he did get up as well. But in this race, the 2 Fireside Kitten will be ridden by Marcelino Pedroza. I've got 1-4-2 in this race. We're going to start with Elk de Guagalete. I forget how John says it all fancy, but I'm going to say Elkie. So the 1 Elkie 6-year-old mare, Vincent Chamonix, is aboard, and he's riding really well here. Ignacio Carreras as well has a very nice percentage. 30% and 60% for Vincent out of his limited starts, 22% and 67% in the money for Ignacio. Literally, they both are very high percentage, doing really well. And also, Ignacio was Barn Crew of the Month. This one coming off a 3rd place finish on the turf at a mile, which is what this 3-year-old starter optional claiming for $30,000 is. A mile on the grass. Before that, a mile on the grass here in similar class came really coming out of the gate quick. Looked like it was going to get the lead. Ended up settling in for 3rd and winning there as the bettor's favorite. So a couple nice races, similar company. I think is going to be the one to beat here. And it's also Baby B's single in his pick 5. I'm going to go next to the 4, 2-5 on Golden Voice here. Edgar Morales doing really well. Nice little stat from John in the last race about his Tommy Pompel being 43% with sprints. Edgar Morales with these routes, 50%. Love to see it. And that is the case here. This is a 4-year-old filly by Golden Horn, Windstar Farm bred, 3 Diamonds Farm owns, and Mike Moneymaker. Brought 1 here, won 1 here. See John Lynn there, his assistant trainer. Miss John being here all the time. Love to see him with his horse there in the winner's circle. This one's coming off a mile in a 16th turf race. There at Pimlico, that was back on May 21st, a winner coming from an allowance. There really is a tough one to the starter optional claiming for $30,000. I see why the bettors are on this one, but I'm definitely going to give the edge and that early lick to Elkie. And then I'm going to go to the 2, 9-1 right now, and that is Fireside Kitten. As I did say, Sammy Bermudez, he's okay taking off the rest of his mounts. Marcelino Pedroza will pick up the mount for him and Kim Hammond in this race. This one coming out of a very similar situation. However, an allowance optional claiming for 40 there, and even 4th. Sister Annie, the winner in that race, came back to win next out. No Sister Annie in here, a little bit of a different group, and in a starter, I think mixing things up, but staying at that distance of a mile on the grass is key. At this distance, has only finished off the board once in 6 tries, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd. So definitely this 5-year-old mare's bread and butter is the distance of 1 mile, and the Indiana turf as well. Just really nice, 4 out of 6. As jockeys get the leg up and horses head to the track for the 6th race. In the starter optional claimer, I'm going to go with the one, Elki do Huaquete. Ooh, I did it. 5 minutes to post. Good luck.
The horses are coming onto the track now for the 6th race. This filly and mare's Turf Mile. Scratch 6, Be Patient. 9, Guanaki, and 10, Enchanted Nile. Scratch the 6, 9, and number 10. Once again, number 2, Fireside Kitten. Late jockey change for Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. Samuel Bermudez off his bounce. And races 6 and 7. Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. rides 2, Fireside Kitten here in the mile. Exmark Mowers Turf Course Firm, Fast Track under sunny skies. Race 6 of today's 9 with Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, double pick 3. 3 minutes to post time. Two minutes. We're less than 1 minute away from post time. Less than 1 minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses now crossing over to the Exmark Mowers turf course here, arriving at the mile start. It is now post time. Now they're going in, Vincent Chamonix with Elke du Jaguarete, the Brazilian bred mare. Edgar Marazz with Golden Voice. Loads the 4 to 5 mile favorite. Golden Voice joined Elke du Jaguarete. Marcelo Pedro's junior partners, Fireside Kid, and drew 2 in the blue. Rafael Mojica Jr. with Distinctive Flower. Fernando de la Cruz with Canfu, yellow and green halves. Tommy Pompel, the Beauty's Tail. One more, Sunny Leon with Runaway Dreamer, the tonalist mare. This over the mile. They're in the gate. They're off. Golden Voice broke sharp. Here's Canfu, Fireside Kitten, and now Distinctive Flower with an early bid for Rafael Mojica Jr. It's Distinctive Flower, who leads out by 2 to 3 lengths from Canfu, with the Beauty's Tail joined on the outside by Runaway Dreamer. Toward the rail is Fireside Kitten, Golden Voice in between horses, and in the early stages, the Brazilian bred mare, Elke du Jaguarete, has drifted back to last, while settled by Vincent Chamonix. 6 lengths from leader to last, and it's out in front here. Distinctive Flower with 5 furlongs to run. The opening quarter in 23.23 seconds as the filly and mares go up the back of the course. Distinctive Flower has come clear by some half dozen lengths from Canfu, who stays focused in on the front runner to a half mile from home. The Beauty's Tail is in third. Then Fireside Kitten fourth on the rail. Golden Voice looks to game between horses now for Edgar Morales. As they go to the far side of the Horseshoe Indianapolis course, the trailers are Runaway Dreamer and still held up in last Elke du Jaguarite. Half mile for the front runner, Distinctive Flower. 46.71 seconds, but now with inside 3 furlongs to go. Distinctive Flower remains clear by a half dozen lengths with a couple of furlongs left from Fireside Kitten, who looks to narrow the margin now for Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. Distinctive Flower leads at the turn in with Elke du Jaguarite now building up for her run. We trail back then too on the outside. The Beauty's Tail and Golden Voice not today. They come past the 16th, and here comes a flying finish from Elke du Jaguarite. Last to first for Vincent Chamano. Sharp, the Brazilian bred mare. Elke du Jaguarite gets the result. Reeled in Distinctive Flower. Fireside Kitten third. Golden Voice from Runaway Dreamer, The Beauty's Tail, and Canfu tailed off. One, 5, 2, 4 after the filly and mares turf mile. 1, Elke du Jaguarite. 3 to 2 first. Number 5, Distinctive Flower. At 17 to 1 on the place horse. 2, Fireside Kitten. 5 to 1 third, and 4, Golden Voice at 6 to 5 on the fourth. 134.60. Vincent Chamano for Ignacio Correas the fourth. It's Elke du Jaguarite, now a 5-time winner. The result of the 6th race official. Returning to the winner's circle, the 1, Elke du Jaguarite with Vincent Chamano. Elke du Jaguarite is a 6-year-old bay mare by Public Purse out of Flower Fest by Crimson Tide. The winner, bred in Brazil by Stud Jaguarite for Ignacio Correas the fourths. IC Racing LLC, Dom Felipe LLC, Polaris LLC, and co-owner Bruce D. Gibbs. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Elke du Jaguarite. The 1.5 exacta paid $124.60. 50-cent trifecta, $128.55. 152 Fireside Kitten ran third. This 50-cent pick 3 on races 4, 5, and 6. 5 with the 10 with El Que du Jaguarate, the 1. Pick 3 paid $25.50. 10 won double, $30 even. Golden Voice fourth, 10-cent superfecta, 1524, paid $46.89. 6, 9, and 10 were the non-runners in the mile. 7 faced the starter, 134.60. In the 7th race, maiden 3-year-old fillies sprint, all 11 run. No scratches, 6 Dabney. That lead jockey changed to Fernando de la Cruz. Fernando de la Cruz on 6 Dabney. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double pick 3, and a 10-cent grand high 5 bet on the maiden 3-year-old filly sprint. Scheduled off here in 18 minutes, 5:37 post time. They're off. Golden Voice broke sharp. Here's Canfu, Fireside Kitten, and now Distinctive Flower with an early bid for Rafael Mojica Jr. It's Distinctive Flower who leads out by 2 to 3 lengths from Canfu, with the Beauty's Tail joined on the outside by Runaway Dreamer. Toward the rail is Fireside Kitten, Golden Voice in between horses, and in the early stages, the Brazilian bred mare, El Que du Jaguarate, has drifted back to last while settled by Vincent Chamonix. 6 lengths from leader to last, and it's out in front here. Distinctive Flower with 5 furlongs to run. The opening quarter in 23.23 seconds as the filly and mares go up the back of the course. Distinctive Flower has come clear by some half-dozen lengths from Canfu, who stays focused in on the front runner to a half mile from home. The Beauty's Tail is in third. Then Fireside Kitten fourth on the rail. Golden Voice looks to gain between horses now for Edgar Morales. As they go to the far side of the Horseshoe Indianapolis course, the trailers are Runaway Dreamer and still held up in last El Que du Jaguarate. Half mile for the front runner, Distinctive Flower. 46.71 seconds, but now with inside 3 furlongs to go. Distinctive Flower remains clear by a half dozen lengths with a couple of furlongs left from Fireside Kitten, who looks to narrow the margin now for Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. Distinctive Flower leads at the turn-in with El Que du Jaguarate now building up for her run. We trail back then too on the outside. The Beauty's Tail and Golden Voice not today. They come past the 16th, and here comes a flying finish from El Que du Jaguarate. Last to first for Vincent Chamonix. Sharp, the Brazilian bred mare. El Que du Jaguarate gets the result. Reeled in Distinctive Flower. Fireside Kitten third. Golden Voice.
Just 9 minutes away from race number 7, offering the last and final pick 3 of the day. If you're still alive in that jackpot pick 6 pool, otherwise the pick 5 or pick 4 pool, certainly wish you the best of luck. And here as we go to the last 3 races, we'll be on the main track for this one. 5.5 furlongs is going to be the distance, offering a very nice full field of 11 set to go to the gate. All bred right here in Indiana for fillies looking for their first career victory, the maiden special weight variety in here. And I happen to fancy a horse who's got back-to-back second-place finishes. Certainly not a trend I love, as well as being the beaten favorite the last 2 times, likely to be the favorite in this spot. But Fair Express has ran some sneaky good races. I think they lost to a good one in Tucha. You don't see a first-time starter of Indiana-bred types going off favorite in a full field of 11. That's exactly what Fair Express did on May 12th. Came back a month later, seemingly perfect timing, sat in a pocket behind a wall of horses. I thought she sat nicely, wasn't head high or anything like that, wasn't ranked. But turning for home, the winner had gotten the jump that day in Song of the Siren. And once Fair Express got room, she certainly finished nicely, but was never catching Song of the Siren that day, who went to the outside and seemingly had all of the momentum. The homebred in here for Paul King, looking to reverse the results of those back-to-back seconds, could not look any better down here in the walking ring. It is a warm day, not a drop of sweat on Fair Express. She's could be any sort. She hasn't really shown the ability to go to the lead right out of the gate. She's had a tendency to sit back and try and close into it. That hasn't worked so far, so we'll see if Victor LeBron opts to try and shove for the lead, because she has finished well in all of her races, so maybe if she finds a lead, she just keeps going. We'll see how Fair Express fares today for a 3-year-old filly by Unbridled Express. But the one who could be the one to catch in here, and that's been a problem for Fair Express the last 2 races, is horses getting the jump. And I think in post position number 10, there's really no doubt in my mind that Santiva Diva is going to be the quickest of the bunch in here for Tracy Wisner. She owns and trains Ashard, gets the call, and look at this 3-year-old filly, how she turned out today. An awesome job. Look at that coat just glistening in the sun. Could not look any better down here in the walking ring. A huge shout out to the groom with Santiva Diva, second-time starter who showed speed and then backed out of it rather quickly, had the lead, and then tired at 5th, beaten by 6 lengths. Actually exits the same race as your current favorite in Fair Express. And I like that Santiva Diva showed enough gate speed in the debut to open up by a length at the top of the lane. Ashard maintains the mount in here, went off at 5-1 versus Fair Express, who was just under 2-1 that day. So took some action as well. Does have a sibling also trained by the Wisner gang, who took 3 starts, I believe, to break through. The maiden actually did so here at Horseshoe Indianapolis earlier this year. So Spanish Social off to a nice start in her broodmare career so far with 1 winner, looking to make Santiva Diva the second in here at a very fair price of 6-1 for the filly, who opts to be the one to catch the cash. The unknown in here comes from post position number 4 in Oomph Girl. Josh Morales and John Herron already teamed up with a winner on the card with Manuelito, who's very quietly almost made $100,000 already this year and is a half length away from winning 3 in a row. Has won 2 out of the last 3. The barn's going hot right now. There's no doubt about it. Herron winning at upwards of 17% now, and that's much higher than it's been in years past. So things are going the right direction. The 3-year-old filly doesn't show much in terms of breeding. In fact, she's the first full, and I don't usually love that angle, but she is by an Illinois bred who had 7 wins and $132,000 in earnings. So the damn Blooming Flower was a good one. Anytime you make over $100,000, you certainly have my attention. You get Josh Morales, Herron, a horse who's been working out consistently. They actually had this one in training as a 2-year-old, so they've also been patient as well. Didn't rush to the starting gate by any means. Trained as a 2-year-old, comes back at 3. The only concern is Herron doesn't always have them cranked. In fact, the last 5 years, 1 for 50 with first-time starters. No, that's not a typo. 1 for 50. But the barn is going in the right direction and has certainly been winning races each and every day here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. And you're going to get a fair price on Oomph Girl at 17-1 for a 3-year-old filly who looks good in the walking ring. I think this is a wide open race in here. 11 fillies all looking for their first career victory. You do have a favorite in Fair Express at 4-5 who's going to be tough, but has been the beaten favorite in her 2 career starts so far. Will the favorite come home for the people, or will the long shot come home for a few believers? We'll find out just 4 minutes away from race number 7. Get those tickets in now, and good luck.
The horses are coming onto the track now for the 7th race. This maiden 3-year-old filly sprint over the 5.5 furlongs, a field of 11. There are no scratches. 6 Dabney, the jockey Fernando de la Cruz. Fernando de la Cruz riding here the 6 Dabney. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta. 10-cent pentafecta bets. Double pick 3, fast and firm. 2 minutes to post time. 2 and 2. We're less than 1 minute away from post time. The horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. But going in, apprentice Andrea Rodriguez with Chocolate Truth. Dabney's moved in. Fernando de la Cruz with a win on the card. Joe Ramos with Ajig J drew 2. Gage Holmes, Chocolate debuts. Now Eddie Perez with I Matter coming up. Victor LeBron with Fair Express. Even money favorite, Fair Express. Now the newcomer, Oomph Girl. Josh Morales won our 5th of the day for John Hunter. Our Little Kitten, Deshaun Parker's on the Monday scoreboard. Now Oomph Girl drew 4. Purple Silk's Yellow Cat. Alex Ashard, Santiva Diva went in well. Just a couple of them back. Manny Esquivel with All About Justice to post 5. Fair Express, even money favorite, over the 5.5 furlongs. 23-1, All About Justice. So stand by. One more. Rodney Prescott Partners Twisted Garter. 3 times started here last season as a juvenile. All in line. And they're off. Twisted Garter bobbled a bit coming out to the gate. Chocolati broke sharp. Good speed from Dabney in the black cap. And to the inside is Ajig J, who's put in the game early now by Joe Ramos, but it's Dabney. Tackled by Ajig J. All About Justice attends the pace. Chocolati broke sharp now in 4th with inside. 4 furlongs to go. That comes the favorite Fair Express in 5th. Nearest the inside is Chocolate Truth in 6th, followed by Santiva Diva, who's gaining ground with just over 3 furlongs to go. Twisted Garter, after bobbling at the start, racing wide. We come back to Our Little Kitten, I Matter, and the newcomer, Oomph Girl, trails. The maiden 3-year-old filly sprint, whether quarter went past in 23.24 seconds with Fernando de la Cruz. It's Dabney who leads past the quarter pole. From Ajig J, All About Justice in the green cap as they come for home, and Fair Express getting reminders now by Victor LeBron to pick up on the extreme outside. Half mile, 48.51 seconds. Dabney clings on. It's Dabney. Ajig J battles hard with Chocolati, who's finishing up the rail. They come past the 16th, down to Ajig J and Chocolati. Ajig J, Chocolati. Ajig J prevails from Chocolati. Dabney was 3rd, Fair Express 4th. I Matter 5th, had a late rail bid. And next across was All About Justice from Santiva Diva. Oomph Girl, Twisted Garter, Our Little Kitten, Chocolate Truth trailed in. And 1 minute 7.86 seconds for that maiden 3-0 Philly sprint. 107.86. We're standing by for the full running order from the judges after race 7. It was 5-2 on 2 Ajik J. Eight to 1 with 7 Chocolati. Two 7-6 Dabney. 16 to 1 on the show horse, and 8 Fair Express was fourth. 3 I Matter for those pentafecta bets. 2-7, 6-8, 3 fifth. Ajik J, Joe Ramos for Marvin Johnson. Prayer for Relief Philly gets off the mark in her 4th run at 5-2. Returning to the winner's circle, the 2 Ajik J, running double for Joe Ramos, teaming with Marvin Johnson again. Ajik J is a 3-year-old made filly by Prayer for Relief. Out of Quiet Illusion by Quiet American, bred in Indiana by Marvin Johnson. For Christy and Marvin Johnson, with Joe Ramos up, Ajik J takes out the maiden at 107.86. The 7th race official. $2-7 exact, returned $69 even. 50-cent trifecta, 276, $180.95. 1-2 double, returned $28.40. 10-cent superfecta, 116.30. Fair Express ran 4th. 10 with the 1 with the 2 pick 3, $24.50. I Matter 5th. 10-cent pentafecta paid $232.74. The 10-cent Grand High 5 pay. And that maiden 3-year-old Philly sprint. Favorite ran 4th. All 11 started. 107.86. Race 8. Scratch the 4. Rocky Rush. Number 4, Rocky Rush has been scratched from the turf. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta. 10-cent pentafecta bets. And the starts of the link double. Race 9, we close with a quarter horse allowance over the 350 yards. Fast track, slight tailwind. No scratches, no jockey changes in the 9th, the quarter horse allowance. Post time for the turf in 19 minutes, off at 6:07. And they're off. Twisted Garter bobbled a bit coming out to the gate. Chocolati broke sharp. Good speed from Dabney in the black cap. And to the inside is Ajik J, who's put in the game early now by Joe Ramos, but it's Dabney. tackled by Ajik J. All About Justice attends the pace. Chocolati broke sharp, now in fourth with inside, 4 furlongs to go. Then comes the favorite Fair Express in fifth. Nearest the inside is Chocolate Truth in sixth, followed by Santiva Diva, who's gaining ground with just over 3 furlongs to go. Twisted Garter, after bobbling at the start, racing wide. We come back to Our Little Kitten, I Matter, and the newcomer Oomph Girl trails. The maiden 3-year-old filly sprint, Weather Quarter went past in 23.24 seconds with Fernando de la Cruz. It's Dabney who leads past the quarter pole. From Ajik J, All About Justice in the green cap as they come for home. And Fair Express getting reminders now by Victor LeBron to pick up on the extreme outside. Half mile, 48.51 seconds. Dabney clings on. It's Dabney. Ajik J battles hard with Chocolati, who's finishing up the rail. They come past the 16th, down to Ajik J and Chocolati. Ajik J, Chocolati. Ajik J prevails from Chocolati. Dabney was third. Fair Express fourth. I Matter fifth, had a late rail bid. And next across
nombre es José Ramos, están mirando Horseshoe Indianapolis. Suerte a todos.
Horses down here in the paddock for race number 8. We'll be heading back out to the Firm Turf Course for race number 8, just 9 minutes away. We do have a scratch out of here as Rocky Rush, your morning line favorite, is out of this spot. I happen to fancy the other Kim Hammond trainee as she did enter in 2. She had Rocky Rush along with Scarlet City, but why run 2 when 1 will do? At least that's the thought process with Scarlet City, a 9-year-old who's still going strong, but didn't win at 8 years old. So I'm hoping that the elder of the group can get back to the winning ways in here. 5-1, in my opinion, offering plenty of value because despite being winless in 2021, Scarlet City had a pretty nice year last year with a 3rd place finish and was in with a big shot on a lot of opportunities. Tommy Pompel gets the call in here for Kim Hammond. This is an Illinois bred who's looking to push those earnings over $200,000. And when Tommy Pompel gets aboard for Kim Hammond, they're winning at 23%. Very tactical gelding in here who can go to the lead, sit just off the pace, but I think they'll be fresh off the layoff, similar to where they were last year, just losing behind My Barely, who is a classy one who's had numerous stakes victories in the past. Comes in for $10,000 off the long layoff, was the beaten favorite 2 times in this spot last year. We'll see if they can get the job done in here. Won't be favored in this spot, but should be a value player at 9-2 for the good-looking 9-year-old Scarlet City, looking to push those earnings over $200,000. But right next door, into the gate, is going to be the elder of the group, 9 years old, not the elder of this group. These are some hard knocking claimers, the salt of this game. The 10-year-old still going strong, and what a cool story he is, making start number 75. His name is Berserk. Second start off the layoff. He's had 12 victories so far in his career, and unlike Scarlet City, he did win at 9 years old last year. In fact, not only did he win once, but he won twice for the Indiana bred, who will make start number 31 on our turf course today. Marvin Johnson looking to go back to back as he got the job done. Last race looks for another one in here with Berserk. And at 10 years old, still a homebred. That is something you don't see often enough in this game. Has never switched hands, at least from what I can tell, out of the Marvin Johnson barn. Berserk looking to make his daddy drink with the devil, and daddy and Marvin Johnson very proud in here, looking to push those earnings upwards of $350,000. Second start off the layoff. Joe Ramos gets back aboard. Deshaun Parker rode this one off the long layoff. Ramos gets aboard. They had 2 wins last year. Likes to do his best running on the front end. We'll see if Berserk can find the lead and find the wire first at a very fair price of 5-1. But on the outside is Palatial Times. This is a big overlay at this point. In fact, almost double the morning line odds, which are set by a morning line professional. 7-2 on that morning line, currently on the board at 6-1 for Palatial Times. Mike Maker, Edgar Morales. You've heard all the stats from the Dooley data that Morales is dominating our route races so far. Mike Maker, he had one starter today, went off as the beaten favorite, didn't really run much coming in from Pimlico, but he's had success here in the past. In fact, the last 5 years when Mike Maker comes to Horseshoe Indianapolis or Indiana Grand, they're winning at 21%. But what's even crazier to me is 21% is an excellent statistic, but you dove in deeper, upwards of 50% in the money. They hit the board, and they certainly put some money in their owners' pockets, and they've done so numerous times in the past with Paradise Farms, and they look to do so again in here with Palatial Time, the younger of the group. We've talked about a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old. Palatial Times coming in at the frisky age of 4, looking to try the turf course for the first time. They did try the synthetic at Gulfstream Park, never really got into it today, but did lose to a good one in Land Biscuit. So I didn't put much in to that allowance race over the synthetic. Comes in off of a layoff, and these are connections in Paradise Farms, Mike Maker, and Edgar Morales that you simply have to be fearful of if you don't have them on your ticket. I'm going to use them in everything I try right now. Palatial Times, a big overlay at 6-1 because a lot of the money has come in on number 3, Alphonse Waldy, an Ireland bred. We had a Brazilian bred win earlier today on the turf. Now we've got the Irish bred in Alphonse Waldy. Cannon gets the call for Connor Murphy. I didn't know what to do with this horse. It wasn't all that long ago, just 3 starts back. This horse was in a grade 2 race over at Woodbine, or up north at Woodbine. Now comes in off of a layoff, and with that layoff was likely eligible to run protected. They're not protected in this spot. Usually, in at least most jurisdictions, when you come in off of a layoff, you get at least 1 race while being ineligible for the tag. They opt to go in for the $10,000 tag in here. This back class is certainly there with Alphonse Waldy. It's a 6-year-old, only making start number 16, so it certainly had some layoff lines that you can see. Numerous layoffs, rarely puts 2 races together. We'll see if the class will prevail. Declan Cannon will get his 3rd victory of Horseshoe Indianapolis season so far. Connor Murphy looking to send his first starter here right to the winner's circle with Alphonse Waldy. 8-5 is the one to beat, but I'm going to try some outsiders in here. We'll see if the elders can show the youngers how it's done with Scarlet City and Berserk as they look to play Catch Me If You Can on the front end. 3 minutes away from race number 8. The horses are headed out to the turf course. Good luck.
The horses are coming onto the track now for the 8th race. This to be run over the X Mark Mowers turf course. Firm, rail at 36 feet. 7.5 furlongs, a field of 8. Scratch for Rocky Rush. Number 4, Rocky Rush, has been scratched. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, 10-cent pentafecta bets. Starts at the late double. Race 9, the quarter horse allowance over the 350 yards. 9th race, no scratches, no jockey changes in the 9th. Firm and fast. Scheduled at 6:07. The horses have reached the starting gate. Post time, they're going in. Declan Cannon with Alphonse Valda. Bad Boy moving in. Scarlet City and one more Edgar Marazz with Palatial Times. Alphonse Valda, even money favorite over the 7.5 furlongs. Here's Palatial Times. They're in the gate. And they're off. There's the 10-year-old Berserk who strikes out. Scarlet City flashing good speed. Nearest the inside is Alphonse Valda, who's third upon settling for Declan Cannon as Scarlet City and the veteran Berserk lead out to the stretch. Palatial Times secures position here in the early stages in fourth with just inside 6 furlongs to run. Then comes Lord Revelstock, who's saving ground as they go to the back of the course, while racing 2 clear from Bad Boy, who in turn has a couple more on California Swing, who's second to last. And after 2.5 furlongs with Marcelo Pedrosa Jr., Fever Temple has drifted back to last. Berserk just leads. Scarlet City with the running rail. Quarter 23.65 seconds, and they now have 4 furlongs to go. Still these two out in front. It's Berserk and nearest the inside, Scarlet City, head-to-head, while about a dozen lengths clear from Alphonse Valda. In third as they turn again, Palatial Times is next from Lord Revelstock, who's racing 2 clear from California Swing, but now inside 3 furlongs to go. Bad Boy being asked to pick up to the turn. The trailer remains Fever Temple. It's Berserk and Scarlet City. And they take this tussle past the quarter pole. Alphonse Valda looking to draw in now. It's Berserk, who's been in a cutthroat battle with Scarlet City. They come down to the final furlong. Charging now is Alphonse Valda. On the outside, here comes California Swing, Palatial Times, and deeper out is Lord Revelstock. They're close to home, and with Deshaun Parker, it's California Swing who scores the upset over Palatial Times. Lord Revelstock gained third. Then Alphonse Valda, Bad Boy, Berserk battled Scarlet Times. They were third from last, second to last, and Fever Temple trailed home. Seven, 9, 2, and the 3 ran fourth. 7, California Swing. 10-1 first, over 9, Palatial Times. 7-1 on the place horse, 2, Lord Revelstoke. 9-1 third, and at 6-5, 3, Alphonse Valda was fourth. Please hold all bets until official. 130.31. Sean Parker for Jay Holden. It's the son of Malibu Moon at 10-1. Returning to the winner's circle, the 7, California Swing with Deshaun Parker. California Swing is an 8-year-old big gelding by Malibu Moon. Out of the Diner Former Mare, Haka bred in Kentucky by Claiborne Farm. Jay Holden trains for Ariel Alvarez. Now a 12-time winner, making his 70th run. California Swing takes out the turf at 10-1. And the 8th race official. $6,181 will be tomorrow's Street Fire 6 jackpot rollover. The Pentafecta paid $1,911.58. Berserk ran 5th. 50-cent trifecta, 792, $472.15. 27 double, 138.60. 50-cent late pick 4, 528.20. Alphonse Valda 4th, 10-cent superfecta, 7923, $426.45. Pick 3, $117.55. Once again, Berserk ran 5th. Completes that 10-cent pentafecta bet. 7923.6 for it. $1,911.58. 50-cent late pick 4. That's 404. 10 with the 1 with the 2 with the 7. 528.20. Ninth and final, we'll close with a quarter horse allowance over the 350 yards. Fast track, slight tailwind. No scratches, all 9 run, no jockey changes. These overweights, the 1 Roland Red Clover plus 4, 3 A Political Tool plus 3, and the 5 Love to Kiss 3 pounds over. The 1 plus 4, 3 A Political Tools plus 3, and the 5 plus 3, all 9 run. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, 10 cent, quarter horse only pentafecta bets. No scratches, no jockey changes. Nightcap scheduled off in a sweet 16 minutes from now at 6:34.
Today's winner in Dooley's Legends is Karen McGinnis. Karen is an online player and wins $100. Thanks for playing in Dooley's Legends at Horseshoe, Indianapolis.
And they're off. There's the 10-year-old Berserk who strikes out. Scarlet City flashing good speed. Nearest the inside is Alphonse Valda, who's third upon settling for Declan Cannon as Scarlet City and the veteran Berserk lead out to the stretch. Palatial Time secures position here in the early stages in 4th with just inside 6 furlongs to run. Then comes Lord Revelstock, who's saving ground as they go to the back of the course, while racing 2 clear from Bad Boy, who in turn has a couple more on California Swing, who's second to last. And after 2.5 furlongs with Marcelo Pedrosa Jr., Fever Temple has drifted back to last. Berserk just leads. Scarlet City with the running rail. Quarter 23.65 seconds, and they now have 4 furlongs to go. Still these 2 out in front. It's Berserk and nearest the inside, Scarlet City, head-to-head, while about a dozen lengths clear from Alphonse Valda. In third as they turn again, Palatial Times is next from Lord Revelstock, who's racing 2 clear from California Swing, but now inside 3 furlongs to go. Bad Boy being asked to pick up through the turn. The trailer remains Fever Temple. It's Berserk and Scarlet City. And they take this tussle past the quarter pole. Alphonse Valda looking to draw in now. It's Berserk, who's been in a cutthroat battle with Scarlet City. They come down to the final furlong. Charging now is Alphonse Valda. On the outside, here comes California Swing, Palatial Times, and deeper out is Lord Revelstock. They're close to home, and with Deshaun Parker, it's California Swing who scores the upset over Palatial Times. Lord Revelstock gained third, then Alphonse
All right, we've got some quarter horse action coming up, and it's a $19,500 allowance for 3-year-olds, non-winners of 3 races. At 350 yards, we got some really good horses in here, so let's go to the paddock and take a look. And I'm going to begin on the outside with Magnani. This is a $45,000 Heritage Place sale graduate who was trained last year by one of my favorite Texans, that's Toby Keaton, won 2 of his 6 starts in Texas and Oklahoma. Now the son of Ivory James is going to make his first start for leading Indiana conditioner Randy Smith. He's got good breeding, a good post, obviously excellent connections. He's going to be the favorite. I think he's got a really good chance as he makes his Indiana debut. All right, next up for me, number 6, One Special Wave. Now this horse is already in peak form in his 3-year-old season. That's not easy. Usually you see them come off a layoff, they need a race, they have a little troubled trip, something like that. No, not this one. He's by One Sweet Jess. He's owned and trained by Ron Raper. Just 1 win in 6 starts last year, but already has run second when he ran here on May 24th, and then he had a really, really good finishing rally to win his allowance race just 3 weeks ago. Shanley Jackson, we love Shanley, 43% in the money already and riding so well for trainer Ron Raper. Other thing I like is these ascending speed figures. You always want to see that. I think we could be riding the wave with One Special Wave. Take a long look. All right, I'm going to go next to number 2, Just Give Me a Kiss. Now, this is a 4-year-old mare by Kiss My Hawks, an allowance winner here last October. Came back on for a 4-year-old debut on June 7th, but she was in a very tough overnight stakes. She was bumped, still advanced from last to 6th. Now she's had 2 nice works for her owner trainer, Mario Rodriguez Jr. His in the money statistic is 40%, which is pretty darn good. She's going to come second off the layoff. I think she's got a chance in this. I'm going to, round out my top 4 with a little bit of a price, and that's number 8, El Hurricane Ethics. This is a battle-tested gelding, owned and trained by Hippolito Bueno. He exits a 7th place finish in that same overnight stakes I was referring to. Of course, that race was won with total ease by multiple stakes winner W.R.S. Valentino. If you get beat by a horse of that caliber and you finish out of the money, you know, it's not the end of the world. He's facing a little easier today, and it was just the first start off the layoff for this son of Ethics aside. He's always kind of dismissed at double-digit odds, but he gets in the mix sometimes, so that'll be my 4th choice. So I'm going 9, 6, 2, 8, wishing all the best to these horses, and also want to remind you we have a great week ahead. Tomorrow's feature, quarter horse feature, is the final of the $115,000 Horseshoe Indianapolis QHRAI Derby. You're going to see some really nice 3-year-olds tomorrow afternoon.
The horses are coming onto the track for the ninth and final. This quarter horse allowance over the 350 yards. Fast track, tailwind, all 9 run. No scratches, no jockey changes. These overweights reported. Number 1, Roland Red Clover plus 4 pounds. Number 3, Apolitical Tools plus 3. Number 5, Love to Kiss, and 3 pounds to the weight. All 9 run. Exacta, Trifecta. There's the 10-cent Superfecta and 10-cent quarter horse only Pentafecta. Scheduled off here at 6:34 at the 350. The horses are approaching the starting gate. At the 350-yard start, it is now post time. They're going in. Roland Red Clover, Love to Kiss. Apolitical Tools drew 3. Now leading up, Magnani, who was sandwiched at Lone Star Park to close out his juvenile season. Magnani's in. Just Give Me a Kiss drew 2. One special wave of the hot pink. J.J. Zuman has joined the line. Just a couple back. Wowzers. Stand by, one more. Jose Ruiz with El Hurricane Ethics. Tuesday post time, 2:30 p.m. Last of the night to 350 yards. Fast track tailwind, all set. And they're off. Magnani broke real sharp. Nearest the inside, Apolitical Tools. Rolling Red Clover has the rail. Looking to gain is Wowzers with inside 220 yards to go. Nearest the inside, it's Apolitical Tools who has the advantage close to home. Apolitical Tools on top. It's Apolitical Tools to win it. Second photo, J.J. Zuman with Just Give Me a Kiss. Rolling Red Clover had the rail. Magnani and Wowzers among those next across. It was 12-1 on 3 Apolitical Tools first. Second a photo after 350 yards. Stand by for the full running order after race 9. 3 Apolitical Tools. Giovanni Vasquez Gomez, Jessica Vasquez. First run of 2022 for the Sorrel mare, and she's home at 12-1. The judges have posted number 4, J.J. Zuman second at 6-1. 2, Just Give Me a Kiss, 7-2 third. 1, Rolling Red Clover, 18-1 on the fourth. And Magnani, making his 3-year-old seasonal bow, completes the quarter horse pentafecta. 3-4-2-1-9. 17.96 for the 350 yards. 17.96. The 9th race official. $27.80 to win. Leading in the 3 Apolitical Tools with Giovanni Vasquez Gomez. Winner's a 4-year-old sorrel mare by Apolitical Jess. Out of No Tools Required by Jody O'Toole. Bred in California by George and Ruben Villalobos. Jessica Vasquez trains for Campos Family Ventures LLC of Gladys Campos and others. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of this mare, Apolitical Tools. Wins their 4-year-old seasonal bow, 17.96. The quarter horse Pentafecta paid $1,684.54. Exacta, $3,167. 50-cent trifecta, $342, $159.25. 7-3 final double on the card, $260.20. Pick 3 on races 7, 8 to 9. 2 with the 7 with the 3. Pick 3 returned $1,118.65. The 10-cent superfecta, Roland Red Clover ran 4th. 3-4-2-1 dime superfecta paid $102.16. Final results and prices. Favorite 5th, all 9 ran, 17.96 fast tailwind. That concludes our live racing program for today. We thank all that joined us here at the races. Cheers to all who tuned in. Live racing resumes tomorrow, Tuesday post time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Final race replay coming up. Until next time, for all of us here at Horseshoe Indianapolis, it's been my pleasure from the broadcast booth on this beautiful day. Track announcer John G. Dooley saying goodnight. And the Roth Magnani broke real sharp. Nearest the inside, Apolitical Tools. Roland Red Clover has the rail. Looking to gain is Wowzers with inside 220 yards to go. Nearest the inside, it's Apolitical Tools who has the advantage close to home. Apolitical Tools on top. It's Apolitical Tools to win it. Second photo, J.J. Zuman with Just Gimme a Kiss.